Let us see the next question. PQR Limited having annual sales of rupees 30 lakhs is reconsidering its present collection policy. At present, average collection period is 50 days and bad debts losses are 5% of the sales. The company is incurring an expenditure of rupees 30,000 on account of the collection of the receivable. So dear students, this is a new information provided to us. We have been provided that say the cost is 30,000 for the purpose of collection of the receivable. So this is considered to be a kind of the annual collection cost. Whatever the cost that we are incurring to collect the receivable. That includes the payment to the staff members, say who will look after the collection work. That includes maybe some infrastructure expenses that we have for the purpose of sending reminders. It includes even the payment to the lawyers if at all we sue any of the customer for the recovery, whatever the legal charges for the legal proceeding for the purpose of recovery, all of them in total is an amount of 30,000. That is what's provided to us. Discounting rate is 10%. Alternative policies are given to us. First alternative, second alternative. In both of them, average collection period is given. Loss on account of bad debts is given. Collection expenses are given. Evaluate the alternatives on the basis of highlight the portion incremental approach and state which alternative is more beneficial. That is a question. Take 360 days in a year. That is a question. I request all of you to go through the question, please. I request you to write in the chat box that which information is missing in the question. So dear students, we have been provided with information like this. PQR having an annual sales of rupees 30 lakhs. So sales is given 30 lakhs. Is reconsidering its present collection policy. At present, average collection period is 50 days. So average collection period is given right now 50 days. And the bad debts losses are 5% of the sales. The company is incurring an expenditure of 30,000 on account of the collection of the receivable. There is an annual collection cost of rupees 30,000. Discounting rate is given 10%. The alternative policies are as under. First alternative, in that the collection period will be 40 days and loss on account of bad debts 4%. Collection expenses will increase to 60,000. In the second one it is 30 days. This is 3% and this is 95,000. Evaluate the alternatives on the basis of highlight the portion incremental approach. State which alternative is more beneficial and we are required to take 1 year equals to 360 days. Now friends, let us have a discussion that say which information have not been provided to us in this question. We have not been provided with the information that say what is the variable cost and what is the fixed cost. So that information is not provided to us. See, as far as the method by which we are required to do answer is clarified to us in the question, incremental approach. So I'm not discussing the method to be followed. However, the information which has not been given is the variable cost, comma, total cost. then in that case, say we are required to make the computation of the carrying cost. Listen carefully. We are required to make the computation of the carrying cost on sales value because cost information have not been given to us. This is the first point. Second information which is missing over here in the question is that, say, with the new collection policy, the sales value is not given to us. See, we have to understand over here like this. I explained you about the collection cost. If at all we increase the collection cost, then in that case what will happen? We will be able to get the collection faster. So average collection period reduces. We will be able to have a control over the bad debts. So the loss on account of bad debts will reduce. So these are the two advantages that say you are going to get. One, so the reduction in the collection period, and second, reduction in the bad debts. So these are the two advantages that say you will have, say when you increase say the collection cost. I want you to write in the chat box what would be the revise the sales with the new collection policy. Dear students, we understand that say we will make a simple assumption that the sales value is going to remain same. We will make a simple assumption that the sales value will remain same. Earlier it was 30 lakhs, even right now it will be 30 lakhs. That is the kind of assumption that we will make. As I told you, we will understand the information of the question that since we are incurring more expenses for getting the collection faster, so we are able to get the advantage of reducing the collection period. That is the way we have to understand it. Regarding the approach by which we are required to solve the question, of course there is no confusion because this time clarification is made. Let's say we are required to adopt incremental approach for decision making. I request all of you to write down answer. First of all, I am dictating a small note to you. First point. We have been given that annual collection cost will increase with proposed credit policy. With proposed collection policy. Full stop. It means it will have an impact on reducing bad debts. Full stop. Reducing collection period. Full stop. Second point. Collection cost means cost incurred to collect a receivable. Full stop. It is payment to employees who look after collection work, full stop. Expense related to infrastructure, full stop. Payment of legal fees and such other expenses, full stop. Third point, most importantly, information about cost is not given, so carrying cost will be found on sales value. Fourth point, we have been given specifically that we have to follow incremental approach for decision making. Now write down answer of the question. Step number one, total fixed cost. Friends, in case of incremental approach, there are four steps in which we do answer. Step number one is total fixed cost. In this question, it has not been given, so we are ignoring it. Step number two, variable cost to sales ratio. So again, that information is not given, so we are ignoring it. Step number three, savings in carrying cost. So we are going to understand and say how to calculate the savings in carrying cost. Number of times students have a question that said, why is the savings you have written this time? Answer for that is very simple to this question. If you have it, that's the collection period is right now 50 days. From 50 it will reduce to 40. Right now it is 50 days. From 50 it will reduce to 30. So there is a reduction in the time period, and because of which so there will be a savings in the carrying cost. So step number three, savings and carrying cost. Let us understand how to calculate it. Average collection period, carrying cost savings in carrying cost. That is, we will have the three columns. Average collection period is provided to us right now as 5050 days. Proposal 1, in that the collection period is 40 days and then set reduces. As far as the carrying cost is concerned, it will be calculated by using a formula like this. Annual credit sales divided by 360 days into average collection period into cost of capital. This is the way the carry cost is formed. Right now this is 50 days. This is 30 lakhs divided by 360 into 5050 into 10 percentage. So with the present collection policy, 30 lakhs into 15 into 0.10 divided by 360. The amount of the carrying cost is 41667. That is the carrying cost that we have right now. In the proposal 1, it reduces to 40 days. So in that case, what will happen, dear students? 30 lakhs upon 360 into 4040 into 10 percentage. 30 lakhs into 40 into 10 percentage divided by 360. That comes to 33,333. That is the new carrying cost. Lastly, it is 30 days. In that case, it is 30 lakhs divided by 360 into 30 days into 10 percentage. That comes to 25,000. So what happens at say over here, with the present collection policy, the carrying cost is 41667. With the proposed one, it is going to reduce. I want you to write in the chat box that what would be the savings in the carrying cost with the proposed collection policy. Write answer in the chat box. So we understand that so the carrying cost will reduce from 41,667 to 33,333. So it reduces by 8,334. Now in case of 30 days, importantly understand that it reduces from 41,667 to 25,000. That comes to 16,667. Many a times what happens at the students are wrongly making a comparison between 33,333 and 25,000. So you don't have to make that comparison. You have to make a comparison. What is the carrying cost right now and what is the carrying cost with the new one, and difference of both of them is savings in the carrying cost. So now we understand that so this is the savings in carrying cost. One more small point that I would like to tell all of you. Number of times the students are having a question to ask me like this, that sir, I was thinking something like this, that say in case of 40 days time period, what would be the savings? It is 30 lakhs divided by 360 into 50 minus 40 into 10 percentage. Similarly, 30 lakhs divided by 360 into 50 minus 30 into 10 percentage. So what will happen, it is 30 lakhs into 10 into 10% upon 360. So you can get directly the savings 8,333. 30 lakhs into 20 into 10% divided by 360. That is a savings of 16,667. That is the way we are supposed to make the calculation of the answer. We can make calculation of the answer. I'm sorry. See, directly you can make a comparison from 50 to 40, from 50 to 30. However, I do not suggest generally to do answer with this method. Why? Because doing answer with this method is definitely possible. It is correct. However, there is a condition. The condition is that say, the sales value should be same. Only in that case we can adopt this kind of method. If at all the sales value is different, then in that case adopting this method would not be possible. In that case, definitely you have to go with this method only. That is the reason I generally do not suggest this method to be done by a student. If you want to adopt it, you can, but just you have to keep in mind that there is a condition that the sales value should be same. Yeah. Step number 4. Calculation of incremental profit or loss. In that write down working note number 1, calculation of savings in carrying cost. Average collection period, bad debts, savings in bad debts. Collection period right now is 5050 days. Loss on account of bad debts is 30 lakhs into 5%, 1,50,000. In case of 40 days, it is 30 lakhs into 4%, 1,20,000. Then it is 30 days. In that case, it is 30 lakhs into 3%, that comes to 90,000. So what will happen with the proposed policy? Again, there is a savings. From 1,50,000, it reduces to 1,20,000. So it reduces by 30,000. That is the way, so the savings in bad debts can be calculated. Next, this is again 1,50,000 minus 90,000. So there is a savings of 60,000. So again the new policy bad debts is compared with the existing one to compute the savings. Dear students, over here we can again have a simple formula like this: 30 lakhs into 5 minus 4. That is a savings by 1%. Again over here 30 lakhs into 5 minus 3. In a way that say whatever the loss on account of bad debts will reduce from 5 to 4, so savings by 1%. 5 to 3, savings by 2%. We can write answer like this directly. Again, the alternative method is possible, dear students, if sales value is same. I request you to do further answer on your own and put your answer in the chat box. So I request all of you to write down answer along with me. Calculation of incremental profit or loss. Dear students, we understand that we have to make a comparison of new policy over the existing policy. In the new policy, the collection period is 40 days. In comparison with the 50 days, what is the change that we have to write? And then 30 days that we are required to compare with the existing one. So that is 50 days. Okay. I want you to write in the chat box that saying 40 days column. In 40 days column, what should I write? Sales value. Friends, we will write nothing against sales. Why? Because there is no change in the sales. Variable cost, nothing. That information is not given, and even there is no change. Fixed cost, nothing. Why? Because information is not given and there is no change. So basically we will start answer with the savings in carrying cost. Okay, what is the savings in carrying cost? We understand that it is 8,333. Then savings in the bad debts. It is an amount of 30,000. Then collection cost. Right now the collection cost is 30,000. It increases to 60,000. So 60,000 minus 30,000. It increases by 30,000. That is the way we are supposed to calculate the profit or loss. So what will happen over here? 8,333 plus 30,000 minus 30,000, and the final answer would be 8,333. Write an answer for 40 days. For 30 days, I want you to calculate the answer and put your answer in the chat box. So now savings in the carrying cost, we will have 16,667. Then savings in the bad debts, it is an amount of 60,000. Increase in the collection cost to 95,000 from 30,000. So it increases by 65,000. So there is an ultimately profit of 11,667. We are required to select an option which is having higher profit. That is over here 30 days. So the final answer would be the company is advised to adopt collection policy 2 so that average collection period reduces to 30 days. Please write down answer. So let us have a small summary of the entire answer. Collection periods are provided to us 50, 40, 30. Sales is provided for the existing one. We assume that it is going to remain same for the collection policy 1 and 2. Loss on account of bad debts and the collection cost information have been given. The first assumption which we have made is that the sales is going to remain same. Since we are making better efforts for the collection, so we are able to reduce the collection period. Next is the loss on account of bad debts reduces because of the better collection cost. Collection cost is like that we recruit the employees who will look after them, legal cases. Then we understand that we are having certain infrastructure expenses. Fixed cost ignored, variable cost is ignored. Savings in carrying cost. Why? Because there is a reduction in the collection period. That you can do in a detailed method or you can do in a shortcut method. But for shortcut method, be just little bit careful. Step number 4, calculation of the incremental profit loss. In that savings in the, friends, over here it is savings in bad debts. From 5 to 4 and from 5 to 3. And then incremental profit or loss. So the question is supposed to be done like this. Now one more question to all of you. Please answer in the chat box. Suppose in this question, it would not have been specified that you have to adopt incremental approach. Then in that case, out of 3, which are the possible methods with which we can compute answer? Dear students, we can do this answer either with the second method, incremental approach, or third method, that is total relevant cost approach. We cannot adopt the first method. Why? For the first method, we require the existing sales that we have, new sales that we have. However, the cost information is not there. Neither variable cost is given nor total cost is given. So first method is not possible. Second method is possible, with which we already have done answer. And third method will be possible because for all the options sales value is same. Since we have this as one of the exceptional question wherein we are having the same sales for all the collection period. So let us do this answer say by using the total relevant cost approach also, only for understanding. Heading right down. Total relevant cost approach for decision making. In this write down, we can observe that for all the alternatives, sales value is same. Full stop. So we are adopting total relevant cost approach for decision making. Full stop. So average collection period 50 days, 40 days and 30 days. Friends, over here, in case of total relevant cost approach, the answer is supposed to be done in a very simple way. What we have to do, friends, we are required to make the calculation of the cost, that is like carrying cost, then we understand that's the bad debts, and then we understand that's the collection cost. As far as the carrying cost is concerned, we already know that it is 30 lakhs divided by 360 into 5050 into 10%. That is the way the carrying cost can be found. It is 41,667. Loss on account of bad debts 5%. 1,50,000. And collection cost would be 30,000. That is the way the total cost will be found. Total cost will be 41667 plus 150 plus 30, 221667. Similarly, we will calculate so the total cost for 40 days and 30 days. The option which is having the least cost will be selected. Understand friends that in all the options the sales is same. Variable cost information is not given, but whatever the variable cost would be same in all the options. Fixed cost is bound to be same. Sales, variable cost, fixed cost, all three of them are same for all the options. Now what is going to change? Only these expenses are going to vary. So we will make the calculation of the total relevant cost for all the three alternatives, and alternative which is having the least cost will be selected. Please write answer. And then say calculate answer for 40 days and put your answer in the chat box. 30 days and put your answer in the chat box. In case of 40 days, again it is very simple. The carrying cost is 33,333. Bad debts would be 4%, 1,20,000. Collection cost will be 60,000. So what will happen? 33,333 plus 120 plus 60. So 2,13,333. Next, carrying cost is 25,000. Bad debts will be 3%. That is 90,000. And the collection cost is 95,000. So 25 plus 90 plus 95. 2,10,000. So of course we understand that so the option which is having the least cost is selected. That is 30 days in this example. Second thing that we understand is when you compare the new one with the existing one. 221,667 minus 2,13,333. You can see that so there is a savings by 8,334. 221,667 minus 2,10,000. That is a savings by 11,667. Like that, so we have the savings. So basically, why do I make this calculation? Because I want to explain you that so this is the answer that so you already have done it using the incremental approach. And of course, these answers are going to always match. Always these answers are going to match. So just I want to tell you that so in case of the total relevant cost approach, you would have this answer. Nothing is specified. You can do answer by either of the method and your answer is definitely going to match. So the decision that say you are going to put based on this working is the same. The company is advised to adopt the collection policy 2 so that average collection period reduces to 30 days.